Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 18 of Chop on the Top. We've become adults.
Yes.
Woo!
Wait, we're just
Also,
now adults?
yeah, somewhat.
Valid.
And today is my 40th birthday.
Oh, I thought it was 206.
Well, I got a cane and a walker sitting back here. I need it to get around now. And so it's just good to be alive, I guess. Another year. Another, as they say, another year around the sun.
Yes, but for you it's the moon.
There you go. It's the sun. Anyway,
Got him thinking.
for y'all, anyways, I got something else to talk about real quick. My pastor had a heart attack on Tuesday morning, and he had a heart surgery this morning, and hopefully he come out of that okay. And his prayers go out to him. And he's been a lot to me in my life. He's been at all my family's birthdays, and when we were born, he's at all our family gatherings and stuff when we were born. So he meant a lot to my family, and his prayers go out to the Pastor Ron Beatty and his family.
Absolutely, our prayers are with him as well. But we are so glad you are here. We are so glad we get to shoot on your birthday. You old man.
I'm an old man.
You're not quite an old fat
Well, not
old
yet.
fellow. You're getting there.
I'm close.
Slowly but surely.
Sometimes I feel like it.
But no, we're glad you're here. We're glad to be here for episode 18. Wow, it does not feel like 18 episodes.
No, been a good run.
It's been a good run and we
Gonna
keep
get
it
better
going.
gonna get better with time.
It's like a fine bottle of wine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get better with age. Well,
Yes.
some of us do.
Some of us just age in reverse.
So we had some good college football this weekend, a little bit sprinkled in. Now we got some college football this week, a little bit of bowl game coming up. But this weekend we get off to a great start. I'm looking forward to this weekend with some college football playoff and NFL on Saturday, and then Sunday, of course, the regular schedule of NFL football.
Absolutely. Not like I got anything planned this weekend.
Yeah. Where are you going to be this weekend? What are you looking forward to this weekend?
The Patriots play. Oh, no, wait, that's not it.
No, that definitely ain't it.
Boy, no, my high school alma mater, Grimsley, playing for the 4A state title in Chapel Hill.
Congratulations to the
I'm
Whirlies.
so excited. And my Tennessee Vols are playing in a playoff game in Columbus on Saturday. Boy, go back and tell 18-year-old me that that in a single weekend, Grimsley would be playing for the state title. Tennessee would be playing in a playoff game.
And the Patriots are playing. Well,
And that the Patriots are the most irrelevant game of the weekend. You think about that, I'm 30. Go back about 10 years. Grimsley was in the toilet, Tennessee was in the toilet, New England was dominating.
right.
Oh my, how the times have changed.
Yeah, which is amazing
It really is.
because this is my worst year of sports. My teams have sucked this year. This is the worst year I've ever had.
This is probably one of my best years.
You got a chance to win 3 national championships with one school
So far,
in one calendar year.
could be 4.
Right. Well,
Could be women's basketball too.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's going to be a stretch
It's a
because
stretch.
UConn and those guys are pretty dominant.
Well, I think the top teams are all going to beat each other up. So,
Right.
and then we're going
That's
to
your hope. That's your hope.
sneak right in.
Yeah, sneaking in there.
Whoa. But yeah, no, like I said, my high school alma mater, Grimsley, we're going to the 4A state title game. We're playing Rollsville again.
Which is very tough.
Yes, it is a tough team, but we've seen them before this year.
You beat them, didn't you?
We beat them 35-20 in Greensboro.
Okay.
I think it was in Greensboro. Well, let me look. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really happy for this team. This is their, I think, 3rd trip to the national title. Yes.
I was there for one of those. That was a good year too.
Um, no, the game was at Rollsville. We beat them at Rollsville. I just looked it up.
Okay.
And this is actually our 3rd trip to the state title game since 2020, spring of 2021. So, I mean, it's truly amazing. And Coach Brown has done an amazing job. Our ADs have done a great job bringing this program back to relevance. and it's so exciting. But there's also a very small part of me. When I was a student, we were terrible. I think every year for the last couple of years, I think we've won more games in a year. I think we won almost twice as many games this year alone as we did in my entire 4 years at Grimsley.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we were terrible.
You're not excited about this at all, are you?
I'm very excited. I'll be probably watching at home, but I'll be excited.
On UPN or whatever that network is called,
Whatever,
my TV.
my
Yeah,
48 or
it
whatever
was UPN before my TV, my 48.
whatever it is. Yes. And
All
then
right,
Saturday, got a big one in Columbus. So
we'll get there in just a few minutes. We'll
yeah,
break
we
down the
will
small
get there.
bowls. We'll break down the small bowls first, and then we'll get to the big stuff. We got Navy defeated Army over the weekend.
And we sang second. Let's go. And all this talk about, oh, Army should have got robbed. Army was robbed of the playoff.
Well, that all got squashed on Saturday, anyways,
Yeah.
with Navy pretty much dominating the game.
Yeah, no, I was thoroughly impressed. I really think it actually, I looked this up. You're like, of course you did. I see that look.
Look
It
it
is
up, dog.
actually the biggest win for Navy over a ranked Army team
In
in
history?
in the history of the rivalry. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, big by the biggest margin of victory.
They didn't mention it on the game?
I think they did.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Well, I didn't watch that. I watched it nowhere.
Oh, I watched it. I did my yearly tradition of pizza and Army Navy.
Okay. Well, that's good.
By the way, if you want a good pizza place, the Corner Slice on Elm
Okay.
is a great place.
Shout out to Corner Slice. And me and you
Yeah,
probably have to go visit there sometime.
Oh yeah, boy.
William McLean checks in. Doug Miller checks in. The other
Everybody checking in.
Our future host of the wrestling Crimson Mask wrestling show.
I'm excited to.
Yeah, don't quit saying you're excited. We know you're not excited. I don't know why you act like that.
I'm excited for y'all.
Woo!
I'm excited for y'all.
Thank you, boy.
I'm excited for y'all. Let's put it that way.
Okay, that's better. Because I know you're not excited about what you're talking about wrestling.
You never know. You never know.
Okay.
But no, I mean, that was a complete, back to Army Navy, that was a complete, just absolute demolishing.
Yes.
I mean, that was, even I was stunned.
Right. Well, let's go ahead and break down some bowl games.
Absolutely.
All right. Western Kentucky and James Madison, who both did not have the kind of seasons they thought they'd have, but they still got to their title games. I think both of them got, no, James Madison didn't get the title game.
No.
But Western Kentucky got demolished in their title game against Jacksonville State. I think in that game, I always liked James Madison. I didn't realize that till this week or lately that the Indiana coach came from James Madison. All his players left with him to Indiana.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to get a win going, get a roll going. But they're going to leave Indiana eventually. But we'll see how he does when they leave Indiana. But it seems like he's a pretty good recruiter. But anyways, I'm gonna go with James Madison to win this game over Western Kentucky.
So I have a soft spot for James Madison. I really do. Grimsley's old quarterback, the one who won us the state title in 21, Alonzo Barnett, is the quarterback for James Madison. Really? Unfortunately, he is out with a leg injury. But I still want to go with the Dukes.
He's out with an injury?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go Western Kentucky then.
Wow.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Bowl games. Ooh, the big games. This was the Boca Raton Bowl.
Hold on before you make your prediction, though. TJ Finley is also out for Western.
He transferred.
Yeah, he transferred.
For the 5th time.
But we'll get to that. We will get to that because I got a few choice words.
Then we got the Art of Sport LA Bowl. California and UNLV. UNLV had a great season. They lost to the same team twice.
Yes.
Boise State, who ended up being in the College World Playoff.
And both teams actually have about an equal distance to travel.
Right.
This game, I think.
But their record's not equal.
No.
One team is 10-3, the other team is 6-6.
I think this is going to be one of those snooze fest bowls that
usually
nobody cares about.
Right. Usually, I go with the ACC team, but there's no way I can pick the ACC team here. UNLV's going to win this game.
I think this game is a complete mismatch. I don't know why they put these, unless for travel purposes.
Maybe.
I'm going to go UNLV as well. I think UNLV is just a better team. And like
Much better team.
I have the utmost respect for the UNLV team, especially what happened early on in the
Yes,
season.
I
Their
mentioned that.
quarterback, how they came together. They only have two of their losses came to the same team, and they are just a fun team to watch. Unfortunately, they will not have their coach.
He's left too.
Yeah, he left to go to Purdue.
Really?
Yeah,
That'd be good for Purdue then.
I think, but don't quote me on. I think it was Purdue. Yeah, I agree. I think it's UNLV by 10. The spread is -3 UNLV. I think they will definitely cover that spread.
Right. And then we
That's
have.
generous of a spread.
Oh, you're right. Three points.
Yes.
If I'm a better, I'm jumping on that today. Now.
Yeah.
Then we move on to the RL Carriers New Orleans Bowl, which I have more familiar bowl there.
That's a more familiar.
Yes.
It's a lot older bowl.
Georgia Southern and San not the rest of Sam Houston, but the University of Sam Houston.
I think it's Sam Houston State.
Screw
them. Either way.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna have to go with. I've never seen any one of these teams play, but I do like the fact that Georgia Southern used to be in the Southern Conference, and I'm going with Georgia Southern.
Yeah, I think this Georgia Southern -6 is a good spread. I'll take it.
Yeah. Ohio Bobcats and Jackson State Jacksonville State after they won the Sun Belt and
no, Marshall did.
No, Jackson State. Yeah, no, that's a different USA. Jackson State won the USA. Jacksonville State won the USA. Yeah, and then Ohio won the MAC in a big way.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have to go there with Jacksonville State. Oh, sorry to announce that.
Sorry, it's your birthday.
You're not gonna save that for the playoffs? We're gonna pick that.
Not so fast. Give me the Bobcats in New Orleans, down in the Big Easy.
No, the Big Bowl. Then a pretty interesting bowl game. The Union Home Mortgage. God Almighty.
That's a mouthful.
How do you pronounce that? Gasparilla.
Gasparilla.
What in the world? Who come up with that bowl? Somebody just
Who comes up with any of these bowl
exactly.
names? I mean, sponsors are relevant. I mean, oh Lord.
Tulane and Florida. That's a mismatch of a game I never heard. Never thought they would play each other.
Actually, I was talking to my dad about this. My dad and my folks went to LSU. I said, "Who you got?" He's like, "Gross."
And looking at the spread 13, I think I'm taking Tulane.
I think I'm taking the spread. I think I'm taking Florida, but the under.
Yeah. So you're going to take Florida to cover?
No, I don't think Florida's going to cover that 13.
Right, I don't think they will either.
No, give me Florida, but under the 13.
And then William McLean's got UNLV by 10. I believe California hopes they're only lose by 10 in that game.
Yes.
As good as UNLV's played.
So should we get to the more important?
We got a couple more bowls on Monday before we start to our next podcast.
Yes. There's two more before we go to the playoffs.
You know, something let's go to Myrtle Beach on Monday. What do you think, Will? No. If that was on Christmas Eve,
I couldn't do that.
What? Anyway, Coastal Carolina takes on Texas San Antonio, and that's not going to be a home game for Coastal Carolina.
So they're considered the visiting
which
team.
Is weird. I guess because they're both got the same record. I don't know why they're considered the visitors.
I guess it's one of those just toss of a coin, I guess. I don't know.
And they got San Antonio as the favorite. Well, I remember at the beginning of the year, San Antonio was picked to be one of those teams that could have been in the playoff somewhat. But I'm definitely going Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, they beat Kennesaw earlier in the year. They lost to Texas State in Texas. They lost to ECU, Rice, Tulsa, and Earn.
Pronouns foul. Which one are you talking about?
Which one?
What team were you talking about there?
UTSA.
Oh. Pronouns foul.
Yes, there we go. Thank you, Doug, for the clarification. Gasparilla is the Mardi Gras of Tampa.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks for pointing that out.
For your wisdom. We appreciate it.
I'm so excited to hear that. Let me go back here and take my nap.
Yes.
Sorry, Doug. Then we have one more bowl.
So wait, did you make a pick?
Yeah. Coastal Carolina.
I'm going.
I'm going to the team.
Texas? Give me the Roadrunners.
Screw Texas. The whole state.
Valid.
And their mothers. Anyway, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, which I guess will be on the blue field in Boise.
Boise,
Yeah,
yes.
yes. And then Northern Illinois versus Fresno State. Northern Illinois had a big win early this year against the playoff team, and then ended up being 7-5 after that. So that shows you how freak that loss was to Notre Dame. By Notre Dame against them early in the year. And we also know Notre Dame came back from that, and we'll talk about them in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then Fresno State, they've had a pretty good run too, but I think
6-6.
Yeah, that's not as good as they usually are. But I'm gonna go Northern Illinois on the blue
They had
field.
a rough, yeah, they had a rough November. Fresno State did. They lost to Hawaii, Air Force, and UCLA.
That tough matchup against Hawaii, that'll get you every time.
But it was in Fresno.
That's like what
That's actually a big rivalry game.
You don't mess with them Hawaii Rainbows.
Yeah, so I'm going Northern Illinois as well. It is a Northern Illinois -3. But I just gotta go Northern Illinois. I think this is a fun ball game. It'll be fun to watch while I'm
Really?
getting my Monday nap.
Right, that's what I'm gonna say. I didn't think you were. I didn't think you're being serious. I like it. Thank you, Doug. Well, you know, we're always gonna joke around on here,
Oh, absolutely.
and I'd like to be a part. Happy birthday! Thank you, Michelle, for the birthday wishes. And
Sorry I couldn't find his hat.
there you go. The Chargers, even though we sucked last night. Anyway, now we're moving on to the playoffs. We're gonna read. I know we picked the championship game in our predictions last week. I had Oregon. I think Beck's gonna play. Have we heard anything different?
I haven't heard anything, but I haven't looked either.
I'm gonna assume Beck's gonna play until I don't hear he's gonna play. Because why would you sit out a game if he's got a month? You know, like he has to play this Saturday or Friday night. So I'm still going Georgia, win the Big Natty against Oregon in Atlanta. What did you have?
I had Tennessee over Penn State.
So that's still your pick. You're not changing it.
Still my pick.
All right. So let's start off with Friday night. I can find it again.
Indiana and Notre Dame.
Indiana and Notre Dame. The fight of Indiana.
And you know who I think?
State of Indiana.
I know who loses this game.
My buddy Paul wants me to bet on this game, and I'm trying to decide if I want to. I'm going with Notre Dame, but do I want to bet on Notre Dame to win? Because I hate Notre Dame.
As my daddy always puts it. My dad always puts it. There are two types of people in this world: good people and Notre Dame fans.
Oh Lord.
So we'll see. But we all know who is going to lose the Indiana Notre Dame game. Purdue. Because their two big rivals, the state rivals, are going to be playing in the playoff while their butts are at home in West Lafayette.
There you go. And Josh Bennett picking the Hoosiers over Notre Dame, the big upset.
I can see that, but not by that score.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Josh. I would love to see Indiana win the game, but I think Notre Dame's defense is for real, and they have not allowed. I don't think they've allowed 20 points, or they haven't allowed 25 points all year to any team. I think USC scored 24, something like that in LA. So I'm gonna have to pick Notre Dame due to their great defense.
So just so we're clear, it'll be 29
with
a high of 29 in South Bend on Saturday. No, I misread that. 33 in snow.
Wow, that'd be fun to watch.
In South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah, yes, Josh, and I think that still goes toward the defense. The defense is favored in bad weather. So I think Notre Dame's defense is just a smidge better than Indiana's, in my opinion. And going with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Who you got?
I'm going with Notre Dame too, but we will get to Tennessee in a minute. We'll get to my boys in a minute.
Moving on to Saturday. You'll get a Happy Valley. Okay. Yeah, that'll be cool. All right. Saturday afternoon, when you get up Saturday morning, you'll almost be ready for some college football playoff with Penn State and SMU. My pick the other night was Penn State. I still think that's going to be an interesting matchup. The weather's not going to be quite as bad for them as it will be in South Bend on a Friday night. I think SMU can handle it, but I think Penn State just a smidge better. One thing I can say about Penn State, if Aller goes down, their backup quarterback's already transferred out.
Oh,
That'll be interesting.
You heard Franklin went on a
Yeah.
big fat rant.
Which let's go ahead and talk about it now. That's a pretty big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like in the middle of the playoffs, Penn State has lost their backup quarterback, who they probably count on to be pretty decent player.
No, he even the quarterback has come out and said he doesn't want to be put in a position, but he was forced to be in a position because unfortunately the December window closes the 28th, so they can get ready for the spring semester.
Right.
These people are not student athletes. People, let's kid ourselves.
Okay, but here's my thought. Why are we saying he's forced to do something? Nobody's putting a gun to his head.
Well, let me break
If
that
that's
down.
what he said, that's wrong. You know?
Well, let me say my piece. It's
Please
because
say it.
if he wanted to transfer, he has to do it by a certain date.
I understand that, but can you not wait till the next window? There's more windows than this one.
I'm not sure for sure.
What would be different? If you're a good quarterback and you're very valuable as a commodity for somebody else,
as soon as possible.
why? If you're a good quarterback, there's plenty of spots. It's not like every college is not even the Division One, not even the top schools. They're missing quarterback. LSU needs a quarterback.
They got Nussmeier.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the transfer portal, they need to get rid of the December portal. They either need to get rid of it entirely.
Well, that's the number one thing.
Or extend it into January.
I think getting rid of it's the best idea because then you can. In NFL, you can't. Well, you can, but you're not. Well, like you have a contract in the NFL, so you're not. And you break your contract, you're not getting your money no matter what. So I'm gonna make. I mean, there's got to be somebody that's not in any school. Somebody outside of college football has to come in and take over the commissioner of college football, or just this part of college football in his own right.
I think you gotta get rid of the December portal and just do one big one in the summer.
Right. I would say as soon as, well,
or
I would say February 1st, the portal opens, and you can do it as long as you want.
Until when?
Let's say whatever the last day in July is, 30th or 31st. Because summer practice usually starts around the first week of August.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I just do the summer one. I think is best. Do it in between academic years.
Yeah.
Because the reason it's closed so early is because of the spring semester. Though, I did listen to this thing on Instagram this morning. I was having my coffee. Cam Newton was on a show. And he was, no, it was one of the radio shows. And he was talking about, how these kids are not student athletes anymore. And this goofiness of calling them student athletes needs to go. But he was talking more about the bowl game opt-outs.
Which is not, I mean, the opt-outs in a bowl game, I think is crazy because also Texas has lost 4 defensive linemen. So their depth is probably hurt a little bit.
Do we even need to go into Marshall? What happened there?
I kind of get that. Their coach left.
Yes. Well, I think the AD needs to be shown the door for that one.
Well,
because they win you your conference and you won't pay the man.
That's true. Which I think he also knows. Where did he end up going? I can't remember.
Say Southern Miss.
That was it. Southern Miss.
Southern Miss, but still, And now Marshall can't play in their bowl game, so they're going to lose money. So what Cam Newton suggested was if you opt out of your bowl game, you need to give a percentage of your NIL money back to the collective.
I agree with that.
I'm okay with that, but that would never hold up.
But that'll be something.
They could never enforce that.
Something for the future for us to mull on as we go through the off season.
The off season, yeah.
And now get back to the playoff picks. I think I'm still going Penn State. I'm not changing my pick on that one. And I do believe SMU has a better chance because the weather's not going to be horrible. But
it's going to be colder.
Yeah,
colder.
40. What's it going to be at night? Probably around. What's it be daytime? So it'll be probably
12 o'clock. We will be at about.
Ooh. I changed my mind. It's going to be a little chilly. Penn State probably wins.
It's about 26, 27 at kickoff.
Penn State 28, SMU 17.
You're forgetting one fact. You are forgetting one simple fact.
Oh.
who is Penn State's head coach.
Yes.
He cannot win the big one.
Oh,
He
man.
cannot win a big game to save his life. This is his ultimate put up or shut up game.
I would agree.
I don't think he's gonna be on a hot as
He's not a hot seat. No.
as compared to other coaches we will get to.
Yes.
But I think if they lose this game badly, there will be questions asked.
Right. Because it's a home game and
Home
and
game,
the weather's on their
the
side.
weather's on their side, and it'll continue the narrative he can't win big games.
Well, he takes care of that narrative Saturday afternoon.
I'm actually going to SMU.
For the upset.
Pony Express, baby, let's go.
Yeah. What are you driving? Are you driving a Lamborghini into the game?
Like a Mustang.
Okay.
SMU
Oh,
Mustangs, let's go.
okay. All right. Then we have Texas and Clemson at 4 o'clock, probably on TNT as well.
Yeah, it is.
And I think Dabo will have his team ready to play, which he always does, even though if they lose. And I hate to say it, but I like to see them have a chance to win, but I don't think they can go into Austin and get it done. Ayers and Manning never know who might play, and the weather's going to be a little bit warmer in Texas as it normally is, even slightly.
Slightly warmer compared to the rest of the games.
Right. And I'm going to go with the Texas Longhorns at home. Final score 28-21.
Clemson will play their one game and go home.
Yeah.
I think if it wasn't for the automatic qualifiers, Clemson would be there. What?
They won the conference.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
If there wasn't automatic qualifiers for conference champions, they still would.
Oh, you're saying they would have made it?
They would not have made it without the automatic
Yes.
qualifier. They got in because
they won the conference, which I agree with. I think you should award conference champions, no matter what.
Do I think the conference champs should get the automatic bye? No.
Which they didn't.
They were the only one not
Right.
to.
I know what you're saying. I got you.
But in general, they should. But I digress. I think Texas is going to be too much.
Oh yeah, but you know they could. I mean, the defense of Clemson will keep them around.
All I know is both teams will be wearing the wrong shade of orange.
Well, that's right, because in the next game they'll be wearing the right shade, correct?
Absolutely.
Up in Buckeye Nation, Ohio State and Tennessee, like we've been saying before.
Checkerboard the shoe.
Oh Lord, well, this could be Ryan Day's final game as the coach of Ohio State. And despite what the AD says, me and William both see right through this, and they've lost 4 straight games to Michigan. And I stand corrected. He has never won a national championship at Ohio State. It was Urban that won the title.
So years before.
More of a reason that he's on the hot seat coming up on Saturday night. I definitely got Tennessee walking in there. There's too much pressure on Day, and like we have talked about before the show, there's gonna be a lot of Tennessee ball fans in that stadium on Saturday night. So I got Tennessee winning. I think my spread is gonna be a little bit more than it was on the other night. I got it going 24-14 Vols.
So kickoffs at 8 o'clock.
It'll be a little frigid, but I don't see Tennessee plays up for level. They've been practicing this stuff, so it ain't like it's been warm in Knoxville.
Yeah, it'll be 24 around kickoff. Yeah. According to my app.
Tennessee is in the south, but it's still cold in Knoxville.
But it's up in those mountains.
Yeah.
That being said, it is only 5 hours from Knoxville to Columbus.
Yeah.
Do you remember the highway it's on?
Roll on highway, roll on along, 18-wheeler till you get back home. I just needed the song to sing a little bit.
Valid, it's your birthday, we'll let you do it.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. Sip Pepsi like it's your birthday, or Red Bull like it's your birthday.
No.
We don't give up. This is your birthday.
That being said.
Man, what a voice. Voice of an angel. Would you agree?
You already know where we're going with this.
Oh, Lord.
You heard what I said the other night.
Give me a little break to
Yeah, you have a face for Braille.
Oh, Lord.
What is it, Doug? Was that Doug said that?
I think he did. Thank you, Doug. Oh, Josh Bennett said he's going to the game. Hey, give us a breakdown of how the atmosphere is up there too.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely excited to see that. I've heard there have been more tickets bought with Tennessee
Are you saying you'll be for the Texas game or the Tennessee game?
Tennessee.
Tennessee game? Okay.
Tennessee fan. He's a fellow UT fan.
All right.
With that being said,
Give us a breakdown on the game and atmosphere.
I think we will go to up there, we will go to the shoe, and we will go to the Rose Bowl.
Yes. That'll be it.
Need I
I'm
say
going for
more?
it.
I think,
Like I said last week, I would like to have a camera in this house on Saturday night to see this guy's emotional roller coaster, which I don't think I would be shocked. But I think you'll be on a level kill. I think you'll have this game in control where you want it. But
would you rather have the camera in the hidden camera Friday night or Saturday night?
oh, Saturday night for sure.
Well, you wouldn't say no to a Friday night camera either, would you?
Will you act the same as the Tennessee
Well,
game?
considering I do have an actual degree or diploma from Grimsley,
Oh, that's true.
Tennessee.
Okay, I got you.
See, so we'll see. And I was a part of the football team at
Yeah.
Grimsley.
And I'm the only 10 that you see. Sorry. There you go. All right. Now, speaking of, we already got to the transfer portal, so let's talk about a little NFL football. We didn't really get touch on it last week.
Did you just go there, by the way?
I am the only 10 y'all see. Duh.
Helen Keller says so.
Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. I feel like we need to talk further before we get to the games. Let's go ahead and do last week's games, and then we'll break down the standings. What is how close are the Patriots to be in the playoffs this year?
We're done.
Oh,
We are absolutely done.
who are y'all trying to tank for? Who would be your number one guy?
Shoot, I should probably have
Evans.
Travis
Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
Before we get too far away, the biggest news probably of college football the whole last week was Bill Belichick is a new head coach at North Carolina, University of North Carolina Tar Heel football. My thought on Bill Belichick going there is I think it's going to take a lot, not a crazy amount, but I do lots of
fans making the trip. Tickets
Oh,
are
I know.
deep.
Hey, I'd love to be there with y'all too. And even though I'm a Florida State fan, I'm living through this, man, because he got a chance. He getting a chance to do something we didn't get to do last year, and that's try to win a national championship. But anyway, we can talk about that all day till the cows come home. But anyway, that's a Southern term for all y'all Northerners. Anyway,
I don't want to hear it. We're in. You're not.
Well, we should have been in last year. Y'all talk it
You're
real quick there, didn't we?
You're in a very special bowl game. Don't worry.
Well,
You're
hey.
playing. Hey, you are playing my brother's alma mater, Kennesaw State, in the Ashley Furniture Warehouse sit home ball.
Oh my gosh. Well, trust me. We're fixing it. We're getting it fixed, and we're going to be in the
All
playoffs
the
next year.
fixes in last year.
Yeah, I know. You can tell. You see what he said, what Kirk said on the show last week. Anyway, all right, let's get to the NFL.
Do you want me to talk about Belichick?
Yeah, that's right. Let me finish my thought.
Go
I
ahead.
do believe Bill Belichick is going to get some good players in there just by the name on his own. Eight world titles, but the problem is he had Tom Brady for 6 of them and Lawrence Taylor for 2 of them. And I don't see any Lawrence Taylors. I don't see any Tom Brady's walking through that door, which it could happen. They get excited about the Forsyth 4-star guy, and he's next year, right? He's not coming in this year.
I think he is this year. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
You think he's graduating this year? Anyway, he's not that good. The guy at Grimsley's the one you want. If you got going to get somebody to come in and have a chance to go to the ACC title game this year, right off the bat.
2025.
So he is coming in this coming year.
Yes, and speaking of the Grimsley quarterback, he said he will, quote, not take any calls from Belichick.
So you'd rather have him than Max Johnson?
The dude from East Forsyth?
Yeah, you would have East Side guy or Max Johnson, the guy coming back from injury.
I would maybe redshirt the guy from East Forsyth and let Max Johnson go a year.
Right, even though you might get hurt again.
But that way you just have the guy for Bryce Baker as the backup as an insurance policy to Max Johnson. Just in case, Max Johnson struggles or
I'm trying to think back to the year that Carolina had this year. What do they need? Probably more defense than offense, right?
Yeah, one of their bigger names on defense actually just hit the portal. Travis Shaw from Grimsley.
Yeah.
He hit the portal,
Wow.
which is actually really weird. Both of Grimsley's top players are in the portal right now because John Jarrett from Georgia just hit the portal as well.
Florida State added Thomas Castellano.
That's a great pickup.
I mean, it fits more of Mike Norvell's system. I think DJ was a forced play because I think people wanted to pay him a lot of money to come there, and he had no way out of it. I mean, even though he's the head coach, I think they're not doing that no more.
Have you heard about DJ?
He's going to the NFL. DJ, you do whatever, has declared for the NFL draft.
Yes.
He's not getting drafted.
Yeah, the NFL's already declared he's not getting drafted.
I mean, he might be in the XFL next year, which is probably better off for him anyways.
He'll be lucky if he plays for the Cobras.
Which will be all right, though. I'm not shopping for him, but he can go there. Anyway, all right, back to the NFL. All right. Last week we had the Rams on Thursday night beating the 49ers. The Rams are still alive, and the 49ers are not.
That game was a pathetic mess.
It wasn't very fun to watch.
Oh, it was obnoxious.
That's why I go to kickbacks to watch this stuff. And so if I don't have any interest in watching the game, I just watch the women walk by.
You do you, boo.
Boom. And then the Baltimore Ravens, which is my season, when the season started, they were my Super Bowl pick to win the Super Bowl this year.
I think so, yes.
And it doesn't look great. Sorry, Paul. Sorry, Jim. My buddies from Kickbacks. They are some big time Ravens fans in this world. I mean, and then they beat the Giants, which is a big win, but now they have a quick turnaround Saturday afternoon.
Whoa. No. Beating the Giants with their fourth string quarterback is a big win.
Well, when you got the schedule coming up, I'm just saying, if you don't win that game, you got the Steelers, and I think they have the Texans or somebody coming up after that.
Jim Boyles quarterback the Giants.
I know what you're saying, but if you lose that game, you play 2 games in 5 days.
You lose that game, you get laughed at.
It's true too, but you understand my point.
I do see your point, but it's kind of I see your point, but I feel like you're stretching it way out.
No. Because if you lose the game, you may end up not making the playoffs. Would you agree? Well, they're not exactly, in the playoff right now. They're still a wild card team. We'll get to
they're the top wild card team.
If they'd have lost that game, they'd have fell 1 game away from being with the Colts. Thank you. Anyway, the Cowboys walk into Panther Stadium with a big win. That's stretching it. That's stretching it because they're not a big win because they're not going to the playoffs.
Neither of those teams are. I thought the Panthers were turning the corner. I really thought the Panthers were turning the corner.
I still think they are. They needed a good, solid draft.
Yes.
And a good free agent market.
I will say, when the score was 24-7, one of my comedy friends, shout out David Goolsby, he posted a picture of this 24-7 score, and he said, how often does the Panthers disappoint you?
Well,
24-7.
If I'm him, I would be a little more to say I think Bryce is starting to figure it out.
Yes.
All right. Then we have the Commanders over the Saints.
That was a weird one. I heard that ended very controversial.
There are 3 teams that are vying for my services for next season. It's the Commanders, the Lions, and the Broncos. And there's 2 teams that are very slipping as they're currently talk right now. We'll get to that in a minute. First one is the Commanders. I feel like Daniels is a future great quarterback, but Absolutely. I think they need just a little bit more around him. Then the Bengals got to win. Burrow got to win. Woo!
Bengals have won 2 in a row.
Okay. Well, that's a win. It don't matter either. Because they're 6-8. I guess they could sneak in the playoffs, but I'm saying too many losses early in the season. What do you think?
We'll see.
You think the Bengals can make the playoffs?
That's a team that can get hot at any.
They have to win every game.
Yeah, they can do it. They played the Brownies on Sunday, so we'll see.
Win? Anyway. And then we move on to the Chiefs, who beat the Browns. But the only story really about that game is Pat Mahomes with a high ankle sprain, and with a short week coming up, he may not play Saturday.
He'll play.
You think he
I
will?
think he will. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm saying he doesn't play Saturday, but he'll play the following week against the Steelers.
Let me see who.
They play the
My,
Texans.
I say 50-50 if he plays this weekend.
You just said he's going to play. Now it's 50-50. Which one is it?
I didn't realize they were playing the Texans at first.
Which is a good team. Very good team.
Yeah, do they have an injury report on him?
He's
They don't have him on an injury.
not day to day, but I mean, you're not going to put him on the injury report yet. I mean, they're going to wait to see how the swelling goes down. All right, the Texans beat the Dolphins.
It's always fun.
Yeah, and then my future possible team, the Broncos, beat the Colts.
I heard that one turned out to be wild as well. That like Jonathan Taylor fumbled before he reached the end zone and all that.
Sounds wild. Then we have the biggest game probably of the weekend. The Bills beat the Lions, and Dan Campbell has cost his right to get me as one of his teammates next year because he went for an onside kick with 12 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, and also not only that, but I think Buffalo got to like the 10 or 15-yard line as a result of that play. And it seemed kind of idiotic.
And if he had not done that, they ended up getting 42 total points. Had they not had that touchdown, they would have won 42-41.
Yeah.
So next year, it looks like Denver could be a spot where me finally comes out of retirement and joins the NFL again.
Okay, Teddy Bridgewater.
I know you're excited about that. I miss the NFL. I miss being a part of the NFL on Sundays. I get to watch everybody else at the Kickback Jacks get all set and hoop and holler, and I just lay back and be like this. But I'm ready to get back involved.
He done down in Tampa.
I mean, if I told Doug if I know Baker Mayfield and blah blah blah, but Kyle Trask was the guy I wanted at quarterback, and they didn't do it, so I left.
You mean Kyle Trash?
I mean, yeah, and I might have been wrong. I've been wrong
What
before.
about the Packers?
No, I didn't say it like that. Oh yeah,
You know what the
Packers.
The Packers.
This guy has like different voices for everything, don't you?
No, what are you talking about?
Oh Lord. All right.
What are you talking about, Don?
The Buccaneers, Doug Miller and Jerry Miller's favorite team, took care of business, and they stay on the top of the NFC South.
Yeah, that's a wild one. I didn't see that one coming.
That's a wild one, Mr. Grinch. Then we have the rivalry game, the Eagles and the Steelers. The Eagles dominated that game, but I think Pickens is out at wide receivers, making it hard for the Steelers to throw the football.
Yeah, that was I actually was watching the Lions one instead.
Yeah.
But I had it all. But I was paying more attention to the Lions game.
The Packers, your boys, or one of your boys, beat the Seahawks and cost me $30. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what you get for betting against the Packers.
Never bet against the Packers.
Don't be dumb.
You know, all these other franchises had problems at quarterback, and the Packers have not had a bad quarterback in 30 years. I keep thinking about that, and it just shakes my head, and like, that is amazing.
I wonder why.
Me too.
What? It's called you don't rush a rookie quarterback out there.
That's a good point.
Do what you did with Brett Aaron and Aaron Jordan.
And it worked.
And it works.
Yeah.
It works. It's called logic. It's called logic. Nobody wants to do that anymore.
Then on the other night on Monday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings
No.
take care of business.
No. Don't. Just keep your voice out the Midwest. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears.
You don't like Minnesota?
Nobody likes Minnesota.
Yeah. They whooped the Bears. I think Caleb Williams is kind of
overrated.
A little bit.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly. Boy, Eberflus. Byron didn't help.
You know your rivals, but Green Bay's had how many great quarterbacks, and the Bears have had 0. Go ahead.
I'm just checking. I'm trying to keep. I've lost track of.
So you're going to say Jim McMahon's a good quarterback?
No, that defense won the match.
I mean, you better believe it. One day we'll do that. Greatest teams of football history or something.
Oh, that would be a great episode.
And then
If you have any other episode suggestions, let us know.
also the Falcons beat the Raiders. Anyway,
No, I heard that game was pretty darn sloppy as
before
well.
we get to this week, let's break down some of the playoff standings and see what we believe needs to happen this weekend because they play on Saturday this weekend. The Chiefs are still number one, and I believe they're going to get the home field advantage throughout the playoffs in the AFC. Would you see anything wrong with that?
Everything, but yes.
Okay. Buffalo.
I
What do you read on Buffalo? Do you think Buffalo could walk into Kansas City if need be and beat with a need to do it and beat Kansas City in a playoff game?
not in Kansas City.
I don't think so
If
either.
it was in Buffalo, I would say maybe. But the
Yeah.
weather's about equal. The weather will
I
be about
mean,
equal.
it is crazy. Well, I wouldn't say equal because you can get a lot of snow in Buffalo on a consistent basis. But
A more
when
consistent
the
snow.
year, do you remember the year we went there and beat them in their place? How cold that was.
Oh yeah.
And so Kansas City, that's what I meant to say. Once again, pronouns, pal. And then Pittsburgh is currently the third team in the conference, but they have a big game on Saturday in Baltimore, which could change that. Houston's at 4, Baltimore's at 5. Baltimore, if they win, I believe they win Saturday, goes to first, or at least tied to first, I believe. I know they're tied for first, but did they have the tiebreaker? I'm not sure about that.
Let me check.
Then we have Denver, my future possible team, right in the race there. And
If Baltimore wins, they will have split the regular season.
yes,
I don't know if about the tiebreaker.
we shall see on Saturday. And then the Chargers, but I think the Colts are 6-8. I think the playoffs are set in the AFC. It's just a matter of who gets the seeds, which seed goes where. You agree with that?
Yes. Let's see.
You know what Terry Bradshaw said on Saturday? He said
Got 'em.
Richardson went to college at Auburn. Anyway,
Who?
Richardson, the quarterback at for the Colts, he said he went to college at Auburn. Somebody get a little senile.
I mean, don't look now, but they're the Bengals at 6-8, creeping up.
So you're not saying the playoffs are set?
Nope.
So you think the Bengals is going to make the
I
playoffs?
think Denver's gonna miss.
Got a big pick there from old Quibble.
I think or that or the Chargers will miss.
All right. In the NFC, Detroit is number one, but the Philadelphia Eagles have tied them. And I guess they didn't play this year, did they?
Yeah. What up, Will? You're back.
Welcome, Will. Let me see.
You know a team I don't want to play in the postseason are the Packers.
No, you probably don't, because they have a great quarterback, and great quarterback play can always win out.
I know,
But they'll be playing great for quarterbacks against them too. So, depending on the Packers defense, I ain't got to read on that. They pretty good.
they're decent. They're decent.
All right. Then we have Tampa Bay so we have 12-2, 12-2, and then the third team in the NFC is 8-6.
Yeah.
The strength is not with the NFC this year.
No, it's crazy.
But the division of the NFC South, NFC North takes the day with three teams with 10 wins.
Yeah, there's a meme. It was you know the Star Wars one where it's Vader, the two generals,
Darth
Big
Vader.
Bird.
I am your father.
Have you seen that meme?
I have not.
Where it's Vader, the two generals, and Big Bird. They put the Lions logo on Vader. The two generals are the Packers and Vikings. And
Right.
then Big Bird is the Bears. It's like one of those does not belong.
Right. So the
Well,
Rams.
Chicago.
Screw the Bears. The Bears.
Still suck.
I know, bad. But the Rams are in the playoffs with an 8-6 record and winning the division in the NFC West. What does that tell you?
The West is terrible.
Minnesota, Green Bay are in. Washington, Seattle. I don't think Atlanta's got a shot. So it's Washington and Seattle fighting for the final spot in the NFC playoffs.
Cowboys are done.
Yeah, screw the
Saints are done.
They're done.
The Bears, the Panthers, the Giants are all eliminated. There's actually more teams eliminated in the AFC than the NFC. because there's
That's probably got a lot to do with the Vikings and the Packers.
it's because the Raiders, Patriots, Titans, Jaguars, Browns, Jets are
Also.
all eliminated
Right.
already. They've all reached elimination station.
There you go. And then we have coming up this week a lot of good games early on Prime Video tomorrow night on Thursday night football. We got my future team, the Broncos, traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. And I think Bo Nix is already a better quarterback than Hubert. And go Broncos.
They give the Chargers a -3.
Yeah, they're at home.
Yes, I could see Denver winning that game. I think Denver could win that game pretty easily. With that being said, I could see this game going either way.
You said we can win. They can Broncos win easily, and then it can go either way.
I-
What is it?
It's either way.
Texas and Chiefs, another big game on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Chiefs.
A lot of good football Saturday. No, I didn't even see that in this game on Saturday. And we have
Give me the Chefs.
probably the biggest game of the weekend: the Ravens and Steelers in Baltimore for the division tie. Or if the Steelers win, they win the division. I got the Ravens at home because I don't believe Pickens is still doubtful for this week too. That's going to hurt their pass, and of course the Ravens defense is outstanding anyway.
Pickens and Fields are questionable.
Well, Fields is not important, but he's very important. He's their number one receiver, and without him, they really have a second guy.
Well, Steelers.
The steel curtain. All right, and that would be a sweep, wouldn't it? Because they beat them first time. The Jets and the Rams. The Rams got a big game in New York against the Jets, but they could find a way to lose that game.
Yep.
A big game in the NFC East. The
And then
Eagles and Commanders.
I was going to say the big game in Ohio.
Well, we're getting there. Who you got? Eagles, Commanders. I got the Eagles on the road.
I see the Commanders holding home turf.
That would be an upset.
Yes,
the Eagles have won 10 straight football games.
Yeah, but I mean the Commanders are at home.
Right, but the Eagles. I think the Eagles are the team the best equipped to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC.
Yes.
And I would say Minnesota, but the problem is, as of right now, they have to go to Philadelphia to win that game. Okay.
Battle for OHIO.
Huge game in Cleveland and
That's
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati, where you can eat your shot, what's the Sky High chili?
Skyline chili.
Skyline chili,
Just nasty.
which is probably better than watching the football game.
Give me the Bengals.
Give me the Bengals. So they bench Jameis Winston. The Browns have bench Jameis Winston. It's probably a good idea. You got to start building for the future. There really ain't no games on Sunday. They've moved all the games to Saturday and Friday. It's Thursday.
Excuse me. Thank you. New England.
Screw the Pack Patriots. The Vikings travel to Seattle. Seattle needs a win bad. But I think you going Minnesota? Me too. I thought Seattle was going to beat Green Bay on Sunday.
Geno Smith's questionable.
Yeah, he's hurt. So I'm going Minnesota, who's very healthy. Let me tell you what the difference is this year between Minnesota is Addison and Jefferson are able to get the football. Donald is getting in the ball consistently. Donaldson, quack, quack. Screw Donald. But anyway, and I also thought J.D. McCarthy got hurt at the end of the year, and it's crazy that they've been able to keep this up with Donald.
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings have definitely come out of nowhere, much to the chagrin of my father.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota's too much.
They're just too much.
I think, especially if Geno doesn't play.
Gino Hernandez?
Geno Smith.
Oh, second. I know he come back alive. The Buccaneers travel to Dallas. Doug Miller and Jerry Miller will be fired up for that one. But America wins again as Tampa Bay travels to Dallas and gets a win and stays on top of the NFC South.
Yes. That Monday night in Lambeau.
Oh. It's a big game for the Packers if they will stay in any chance of winning the NFC North. But I'm pretty sure if Minnesota and Detroit both win, it's pretty much a done deal.
The North will be decided, but the Packers will still sneak in as a wild card.
Yeah. Oh, no, not sneaking in. They're in.
Oh, I know.
They're in today. And that is our NFL for the week on the college basketball. And we know that Carolina's played so good lately that I'm just so excited. And
Hey, you're
goodness
hiding
gracious.
that head. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Well, if you watch the second half of their basketball games, you think Carolina's the number one team in the country. But then you watch the first half, and it's kind of like,
You think it's getting to high school.
yeah, you get a little upset.
You did this, man. He brings all the upsets to Carolina
But
basketball.
you know what consists about Carolina? They're going to lose to all the teams in the top 25 this year.
They're consistent, yes.
Yeah. They beat all the bad teams and lose the good teams.
There's a couple good ranked games tonight. Memphis and Virginia. That'll be a good one.
I got Memphis.
I got Memphis too, but it's in Charlottesville, so
Yeah, since once Bennett retired, they kind of lost their steam.
yeah. UConn goes to host Xavier.
Yeah, UConn has figured as showed they're for real still.
Yeah, they're still legit. I still don't like their coach.
No, I got something to discuss about that in a little bit. We'll finish this
Michigan,
breakdown.
Oklahoma. It's gonna be a fun one tonight. The second leg of the
From Charlotte, North Carolina.
the Jumpman Classic.
Yeah.
Give me Michigan.
Did y'all play last night?
Tennessee. Oh yeah, we cleaned the clock of Western Carolina.
Yeah. Well, how are you feeling Saturday night when y'all were in Champaign?
Oh.
A little nervous.
That game was about as wild and woolly as it came. I actually had both TVs going. So what I do is I have a TV in my bedroom I bring out and put underneath the TV
Yeah.
in the main room
Right.
and watch both games. And that buzzer beater went in. I will say this, my dad is a UI employee. And I showed him the clip of the basket at the end, the buzzer beater. He's like,
Yeah.
Illinois let him score too easily. You cannot let that guy get in that bank that easily. Even if you have to draw a foul, draw a foul. Make him go to the line and earn it. Tomorrow we have a ranked matchup. Friday night we have a ranked matchup between Dayton and Cincinnati. That'll be a fun game. Nope, I can't.
He said he about ready to think he's going to watch the game. Yeah, not watching Cincinnati and Dayton.
Well, I can't.
Why do you lie to
I
people?
don't have that channel.
Oh, that's why he wasn't watching.
I don't have that channel. It's on ESPN.
And you also got something else going on that night too.
Yeah.
A little bit of a championship game.
Yeah, schedule.
You're all full.
Yeah, I'm booked.
So that's how he does. He thinks he makes you think he's gonna watch the game and then backs off of it quickly.
But if I push the loading back to 9, I can still stare at the ceiling and slip slowly into madness.
You're not watching the game.
But dinner with me is not canceled again. I cannot cancel that again. Oh wait, wrong.
The dinner with you. You having dinner with yourself?
You've never heard that rant before, the Grinch?
No.
It's like 4 o'clock. Slaughter with me. Booked. You can push the load.
Oh, you talking about the movie?
Yeah, the Grinch.
Moses!
Oh,
Lord.
man.
Get it together, dog.
Yeah, you get it together.
All right, and we got Saturday. We got Carolina has got UCLA on Saturday, and the other link. Well, it's their record.
UCLA.
I forgot you went down there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
The 10-1 UCLA Bruins taking on the 6-5 North Carolina Tar Heels. What a record, 6-5. That's what I was calling all year long.
I'm going on an edge here. UCLA is a more beautiful campus than Chapel Hill.
Well, I take, you know why? Because the women are hotter. But anyway, I think Carolina can still win this game because they have to get off to a good start.
If UCLA's bus breaks down, yes.
Have you seen UCLA play this year?
Yes, actually.
Really? I'm talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like Carolina has proven they can play with anybody. It's just in the second half they decide to play it.
Yeah, I mean.
Y'all got Georgia Tech Saturday in Atlanta. I think Carolina. I think Duke will handle that one pretty easily.
That's a trap game for me.
Trap game.
That just smells of a trap game. You know those games every
They're
year.
4-6.
Listen first. You know, there's always that 1 or 2 Duke games a year where they just do not play well and lose.
Well, honestly, they didn't play well last night.
No. I could just see them lose that game. There's always that one road game every year, like Wake last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
where they lose inexplicably, like without reason, and it's just like
Well, this will not be one of those times.
I could see it. I'm too humble, aren't I?
No, you're not. I wonder why you're trying to be humble now. Anyway, Auburn and Purdue.
Oh, that'll be
That's
fun.
definitely a win for the
Hell,
Tigers.
hell to Purdue, hell to my black. I'm going with Purdue.
You're going with the upset.
Going with the Boilers.
Have you not seen Auburn play?
I don't care.
Oh man, confidence level is high.
What's the ESPN ding?
Oh, it's just Caitlin Clark, so I'm doing Caitlin Clark. It's a nice.
I'll get it in a minute.
Well, I think we've touched about everything there is to touch.
I'm looking at later games in the week till Monday. And we
Oh
can
man,
we
Tennessee got a big one against Middle Tennessee State. Oh, Moses, I hope they win that game.
No, when it comes to basketball,
Okay.
there's only one school with an undefeated men's team and an undefeated women's team.
There we go. We high on Rocky Top.
On Big Orange.
So with that said, I'm just hoping Carolina gets it together. This man's got a game in Columbus Saturday night. Are your anxiety building yet, or does it get closer to the game time?
Close. My anxiety is more focused on Grimsley.
What do you do to release your anxiety?
Just try to keep it together peacefully and sanely. Big one on the women's side tonight,
Oh
though.
my word, it's not big.
North Carolina's women play Florida.
Hey, we'll actually win that one.
I
Or
think
it could be a 3 straight losses to Florida for me for the month.
2 months.
Well,
And then Tennessee goes to Memphis in the women's game.
oh yeah.
I will take care of that. See who else is playing on the women's side. Nothing of note as I could tell. Oh, on Saturday,
All right.
2 big ones on Saturday.
Mm.
Nebraska goes to Georgia Tech,
Is that a big one?
23 versus 17.
I would say the other one you're talking about, UConn and USC. That's
That's a huge
Beckers
one.
versus
You got
what's her name? JoJo.
something like that, yeah. But you got an undefeated Tech team versus the one-loss Nebraska team. That'll be a fun one in Atlanta.
Are you gonna watch that game?
Probably not.
And why? If it's fun, you said it's fun. Watch the game, dog.
We'll see. And then 5:30, I might be.
You're not watching the game. Quit lying to the people. Quit it lying to the people. They read right through us. They know when we're lying to them. Oh gosh.
We'll watch Loyola, Maryland, and Notre Dame.
Oh goodness.
No, you know what we'll watch? We'll watch the Final Four of women's volleyball.
Well, that would be entertaining to watch. In some ways.
There's some good volleyball out there.
Well, it definitely is. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the episode 18 of Chop on the Top.
Absolutely.
It's my birthday. Woo! But now we're about to go play some golf.
Yeah, we're about to go have some tea time.
Can I shoot better than my age?
No.
The answer is no.
Absolutely not.
Even if it is par 3.
You struggle even worse.
But I'll win.
I'll let you win.
Oh, man! You won't let me win. Anyway.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the Heisman.
We did not.
Thoughts? Did Jetty get robbed?
No. Travis Hunter is the Heisman Trophy winner. I told you that last week.
I think the only thing that puts Travis Hunter ahead of Jetty, because I could have seen either guy.
All right.
I think they both had a legitimate gripe.
Yeah.
I think 2 things set Travis Hunter over the edge.
Right.
Played both sides of the ball. Played a tough competition.
And you got a weird
I think at first I thought Jetty got robbed. I think statistically, Jetty had the better year. But then you look at who Jetty played and Boise State played versus who Colorado played.
Right.
And again, this whole both sides of the ball thing. That will be, but I will say this, it was a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Okay.
There's only like 200 votes.
Was there?
Unlike
Well, one
other
thing I did
states.
notice is me and Travis Hunter have the same taste in women. The only difference is he has money.
Yep.
He said that was so fly by. Yep.
Whoa. Did not see this
Mention
coming.
that to the people so we know what we're talking about.
Sergio Perez is leaving Red Bull for Formula One's team. Liam Lawson, that's the best y'all could do, Red Bull. It's gonna be a
Anyways,
fun off season in Formula One.
yeah, people are excited.
Hey, McLaren won the Constructors Championship.
What?
McLaren, yeah, for the first time since
McLaren.
98.
There you go.
But yes, thank you again for joining us.
That was like 5 minutes of the day people could not get back.
You're welcome, my good friend.
College, women's college basketball, volleyball, and Formula One racing.
It's more fun to watch than NASCAR.
Well, used to be better. NASCAR used to be better.
I will give you that. But with that being said, we are so glad you joined us. Thank you for all the interaction. We are so glad you join us each and every week. And we will see y'all in 5 days.
For our Christmas episode.
Yes. Are we wearing ugly sweaters for that?
No, I don't have one. I didn't need to get a Grinch mask. Mr. Grinch.
We'll figure all that out, and we will see you on a regular Monday. And again, happy birthday to this big man right here, Big 4-0. And if you can, we'll go to our YouTube, like and subscribe, like us on social media, follow us on social media. And again, we will see you on Monday. Go Whirlies, go Vols.
And go Heels, I guess.
Yes.